this, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little, expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. Get addicted to the content, gotta binge watch. If you don't like it, then you want to invite best your friends watching in the house and in your job parking lot before you clock in. They don't want to miss a second of this HD content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table.
Hey, hit the like button.
Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the hood table one more again. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We got people waiting for us already in the chat, boy. We're trying not to be on CP time.
I'm trying.
Make sure y'all like the video. Please share the video and also subscribe to the Hood Table channel. Let me move my screen down a little bit. Make sure you subscribe to the Hood Table channel if you're not already subscribed to the Hood Table. And don't forget, we have a Facebook group, a private Facebook group that you could join if you like. Now, we already see some comments in the chat. I've seen a whole bunch of comments on the post that I posted on Facebook regarding what we're going to be speaking about tonight. And we thought this was a great topic to speak about because it deals with our community. And a lot of what's been going on that we've been talking about, we're going to talk about tonight, has been going on a lot ever since George Floyd's death. Murder.
Right.
Murder. Let me correct that. Murder.
Right. That was not a death. That was a murder. Plain and simple.
Unique Kirk, you said you used to work there. Summer said, stay vigilant. Crystal Curly Sue said, spill the tea. Oh, I'm going to spill the tea. Well, actually, my co-host is going to spill the tea. This is Karma Diva's floor tonight. So I'm going to give Karma Diva the floor to let us know what's been going on regarding this noose that was found at somebody's desk at Oriental Trading. And while you're talking, I'm going to find the picture so I can show the picture to everybody, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I'm trying to get the angle right. I'm going wide today. The story is involving a family member of mine. My uncle, I'm not going to say his name, but he is an employee of Oriental Trading Company, and Thursday was his 4-year anniversary at work. So, you know, his job is to drive the machine that sweeps the floors. He works overnight. So per him, when I was speaking to him earlier, he was saying that, you know, his job entails him, I guess the building is like 5 blocks long, pretty much. And so
96 and
yeah, I think that, yeah, it's in La Vista.
La Vista, okay.
Yeah. But he was saying that, you know, that's his job, his overnight. And by that time, he said by about 11, he comes in about 9 or so. And by about 11:30, pretty much the building is empty, except for him and like a couple of maintenance people. Mm-hmm. And he is the only Black person in the overnight crew. Well, I guess there are some people who are jealous that his job, you know, to them seems relatively easy and it's a cushy job. Why should he have it? You know, yada yada yada. Mm-hmm. And apparently this gentleman, he I use gentleman loose, but yeah, he has been making comments around. He never said anything directly to him, but has been making comments. Oh, this black bitch ain't gonna say nothing. He ain't gonna do nothing. Whoop-de-whoop. Just been saying stuff like that for a while. Nobody, I mean, and apparently my uncle has not been the only person who has heard about this stuff, who has reported it. I guess he's buddy with one of the leads. And so when they were reported, it would just get swept under the rug. Well, Unc said he came into work, Thursday night, thinking, okay, this is my 4-year anniversary,
Mhm.
and looks in his seat, and there's a noose. Now, it's not a very big one, but it is a noose all the same.
Mhm.
And it still means the same thing,
Right.
especially when he is the only black person in the building with you.
Mhm. And a noose is a noose. When you showed me the picture, I was like, "Oh, it's a fairly small noose." But then, I'm like, "But a noose is a noose." So no
Right,
matter if it's big enough to wrap around your head, or if it's small in nature, it's still a noose. And if anybody
right. It's the
knows
threat
what
that's
a noose looks
implied. It doesn't matter the size, it's the threat that's implied
like,
by it.
exactly,
And especially living here in Nebraska, where we are one of the number one KKK states, um, that's a scary thing. And not to mention, this man felt bold enough to do this at work. What I'm afraid for my uncle, because I'm like, if he does that there, and now apparently they've caught this man,
right,
um, and they fired him. So now he's fired. What's to stop him from following him home?
exactly.
Doing something to his car to sabotage him.
Mhm.
Any damn.
They said it's the
And
one on.
he got some boys somewhere. I think so. He said it was way out. He said it's way out.
That's a doggone shame. I'm gonna show y'all the picture, y'all. Let me move the screens to the side because again, it is a fairly small noose,
Right,
but it's a noose, and it's not the size of the noose; it's the threat of the noose. And if
right.
I'm the only black person working in the middle of the night, all the way out west, and we live in the hood, so
Thank you.
we
Thank
working
you.
way out west, and I'm the only black person in the building in the middle of the night, and I find a noose on my seat at work.
Right. And so, Unc's been a little shook up from it. I would be too. You at work, you trying to provide for your family.
Right.
You're not thinking about none of this BS here. And to see something like this because
Mm-hmm.
somebody's jealous of you, jealous of a job that you were given, it wasn't like you asked for the job. Somebody gave you the job because
Exactly.
you were capable of doing the job.
Exactly. Let me
And
make.
now somebody, so my family and I, we have, of course, been rallying around my uncle. We have,
Let me see
he
if I.
did go ahead, he filed a police report. They ma- it, we're not even gonna get into the logistics of, that building is in La Vista, but he had to go clear out to like damn near, what's that, Louisville,
Mm-hmm.
Cass County, to fill out a police report because they couldn't figure out what jurisdiction La Vista fell in. I'm like, what the heck? But
He had to go where?
almost to I think he did go to Cass County.
Cass
Yeah,
County. Yeah, because La Vista is in. Yeah, okay, because that's not Douglas.
'cause La Vista's in Sarpy County.
Right, right. So I wonder why they sent him to Cass County because Cass County
Down
is
there, like where
the
Louisville and
airport.
Wahoo and all
Okay,
that.
okay,
That's south. But
okay.
I was just like, okay. And so when I tried to call and get some, because they weren't giving him any information, they were giving him the runaround. But when I tried to call, I wasn't getting any information. Nobody
Right.
would answer. So trust and believe, first thing in the morning, I will be calling, and I'm staying on this because I damn sure ain't letting this ride. I wouldn't let this ride on anybody else, and I'm not gonna let this ride on my uncle. Um, this is, my family and I, like I said, we've rallied around him. He's, his job is like, oh, take some time off and then come back. I'm like, no, you go back when you're feeling ready and up to it. This is not. They don't dictate when you get to come back
That's crazy.
because the mental anguish of that. Just I mean, because who's to say he was the only one?
I'll be
What if
angry,
that
but
man
I would be
wasn't?
terrified.
What if he wasn't the only person who was planning and plotting on doing this?
Right. And the you said the guy got fired, right?
Yeah,
And so I know you said you're going to follow up on the report, on your uncle's report, but
yeah,
they're going to look in. I think you said they're going to look in to see if it's kind of some hate crime charges can be filed because
yeah.
of all the other complaints that's been made against this particular person and others.
Well, I don't. Well, they supposedly, allegedly, there have been other complaints. I don't know if they were actually written down and turned into this employee's file,
Mm-hmm.
but I know that my uncle said that there have been other complaints from other people. So this is not like, I mean, as far as the news, this is an isolated incident that I know of.
Okay.
But as far as racial slurs and stuff like that, that's not an isolated thing. They said he's been doing this,
And
and apparently,
they've been filing complaints, and nobody's basically been doing anything. At Oriental,
yeah,
this is Oriental Trading, one of the biggest companies in Omaha, Nebraska.
yeah. Because it used to be owned by Steve Watanabe back in the 90s. I know when I used to work back there, back
Mm-hmm.
then, that's who owned it. And they also used to own Nobby's.
Mm-hmm.
And now it is owned by Warren Buffett. And I think that's part of the reason why they found out who it was so quickly
Because
was
it has to
because,
be for Warren. Mm-hmm.
because Buffett is, I don't believe Buffett is that kind of person. And then also, Watanabe, he was a local businessman, he's local rich, whereas Buffett is global.
Right.
Buffett is not having that. You're not gonna, run his name and his business into the mud. So I think that may be part of it. But even still, the fact that, this has gone on at one of your facilities and is gone unchecked
Mm-hmm.
for however long, this is an issue.
And
This
that's the
is a
reason
big issue.
why. That's the reason why I got the phone line. As a matter of fact, let me call. Where's my phone? I'm gonna call into the phone line and open the phone lines because I would like to know. Because this is very concerning. Not because it's okay, it is concerning because of the news. But what's more concerning is what led up to the news, and that's the fact that people were making complaints about people making racial and prejudice remarks, and they weren't being handled.
Right.
So I would like to talk to people, if any people who have had any situations with Oriental Trading in regards to this matter. So I'm going to open up the phone lines, and I even wonder if this is the first case of the news. The way,
I don't know if it's the first one there at Oriental Trading. And I'm hoping it's the last one. Damn it, we plan to put a stop to this. This is not, we not here for that. This is not, my uncle didn't. If you know my uncle, that's not my uncle's type. That's not him. So for something like this to happen to him, that means that can happen literally to anybody. And it is we ending this. I've already put him in touch with the ACLU.
Mhm.
Um, we have been also contacting other civil rights attorneys to see what our options are. Um, just first and foremost, when stuff like this happens, you do need to go ahead and follow the steps. Go ahead and notify your supervisors, notify those who are quote unquote ahead of you, above you, but make sure those steps continue to be followed. Make sure you stay on their ass and say, okay, well, did you follow up with this? Did you do that? And you can't just leave it with them. You make sure you do your due diligence too,
Right.
because otherwise it gets taken too
Hey.
far.
Okay, we do got a caller on the line. Let me plug you up to the speaker. 1 second. I didn't even have the speaker on. Yeah,
Get it together, King. Get it together.
Hello? Hold
Hello.
on. Hold on. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let me make sure they can hear you. Hold
Can
on.
you hear me?
I can hear you. I just want to make sure y'all hear the caller. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
And who do we have on the line?
Alicia Crawford Jackson.
Okay, hey Alicia, how you doing?
How you doing?
What's my heart for your uncle? Hi.
Hold on. We having some technical difficulties here. Hold on, Alicia. Hold on, baby. Hold on. Okay, see if that's better. Okay, go ahead and talk now.
I'm just sitting back watching the show, and I'm just like, really, like, my heart is broken.
Are you on speakerphone?
I can hear her fine, though. I hear her good.
You sure? Y'all can hear her okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay, go ahead then, Alicia. Okay.
No.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying it's really heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking to hear that this is happening. But it happens. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think like, even in the workplace, as a people, we have gotten so comfortable and believing that these people are for us. These people are not for us, even on the job.
Mm-hmm.
Even if even within the workplace, even on the corporate level, they run all types of games. Mm-hmm. We as a people got to learn the game. Your uncle doesn't have to call the ACLU. He ain't got to call nobody. All he got to do is play crazy and get paid. Got him.
Well, I did also suggest to him that he
syndrome.
Yeah, I did tell him to go and a therapist because
you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all he got to do is go see a psychiatrist, a therapist, or whatever, and get paid. They go settle with him. He ain't even got to go get no attorney. Now what we got to do is show up at Oriental training and make Warren Buffett stand up and speak about this.
Right.
This is a subsidiary to his organization. This is a part of who he is and who he represents.
True.
And as a people, we got to stop playing with these people. We'll shut them down too.
You know, the thing I say about the lawyer, I do want him to continue with the lawyer because I don't want this man to think that he's getting away with it.
Job, be a voice. Don't be scared and know your law.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna hang up.
All right, hon. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
All right, Alicia.
But yeah, I did also, we have, like I said, a lot of my family members, we've all been talking to Unc and just making sure that he is mentally okay and just trying to keep him stress-free for right now.
Mm-hmm.
And just giving him information on who he should contact. The ACLU, I suggested that because this is a potential hate crime. Exactly. And that is what they do, is they prosecute these. And I don't want this man or anybody else getting in their heads thinking that they getting away with this or that this is cool. It is not, and we're not having this. This is not how it's going down on my watch.
The thing is, and again, I hope that Warren isn't that type of person. And I don't believe he is. Right. But hey, you know how it is too, right?
Right.
You don't know till you know. And
Exactly.
I would hate for your uncle's job to kind of like, okay, the guy is fired, everything's cool now, you know, like
But
the
he's
person
still
who
on the
did
list.
that
He's
don't
not behind.
he don't deserve a slap on the wrist. This is a hate crime. And again, you know, we've been seeing nooses all over the United States in the past few weeks. The most current one is the NASCAR driver. It's all over the news. The FBI is investigating, you know, the NASCAR driver. They found a noose in his car stall. Bubba Wallace.
Yeah, Bubba. I was like, what do you mean, Bubba? Yeah.
Bubba Wallace, and that's like the most recent one. There's been like 30 in the last 2 weeks at jobs.
And there were two black men in California who were hung.
Yes.
They found them hung. And initially tried to say suicide. It was like, okay.
And I was saying in our show the other day, I hope they family, you know, takes this issue serious. And the police talking about, oh, they committed suicide. Like I said, we know black people don't normally hang themselves, not in no tree.
Right, in public, like that, together, really?
Come on now. And there was two black men just a few short miles apart from each other. So yeah, your uncle, your entire family needs to take this seriously. And if you really look at the picture on the chair, it's a small noose, but it's a perfectly made noose, and you can tell exactly what it is. And how long did it take them to find out who the person was who did it?
That's what I was trying to ask, and they called him and let him know that they found the man and they fired him. And so he's like, well, how do you know this was him? Because, I mean, I guess him and I guess the guy never really liked my uncle. Okay. And he's always made little statements, but they never really had any beef. But he was like, I'm kind of like my uncle. How did they come to this conclusion? And that's why I haven't released this man's name, because I want to wait until, charges are actually being pressed or whatever. But
yeah, you got to be careful when releasing that information, because it, when lawyers and play, yeah. Okay.
Exactly. But I want to be sure that if he is the perpetrator, then I want to know, is he the only one? Is there anybody else who was working it with him? Because
like, was this a plan concocted by several employees?
Right. Because trust and believe it, honey. Like I said, we live in Nebraska. And it's sad because, everybody's always screaming unity this, unity that. But how are we supposed to have unity if shit like this keeps happening? And it's hard, especially when especially for me, because I have such a racially diverse family. So this makes it really, really hard and intense.
That's
They didn't have no cameras.
How they don't have cameras in Oriental Trading? They don't have cameras in the building?
Yep. I specifically asked him that part. Yep. Because I wanted to know how he was caught. Did they see him on camera or something? But my uncle,
does he work in?
Well,
is
it what?
Is it shipping or
no? I don't know.
But it's overnight.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say it's got to be like the zones. Remember how they used to call them zones? It's got to be the zones, or like in the packing areas, because he's able to drive through to clean the floor.
So he could be working anywhere. But see, the thing about it is, it really don't matter which department he worked in, because it was found on his chair.
Right.
And he cleans throughout the building. So, yeah. So yeah, it. Well, I don't know how they found out, but hopefully we'll find out eventually how they,
Yeah.
discover who did it. I mean, who knows? He could have confessed.
Yeah. He might, you know what? He might have been one of them ignorance to be like, yeah, I did it. Yeah. So that could have been, that
Yeah,
could
like,
be true too.
and
I,
what? Yeah, I did it. Mm-hmm.
yeah. What you gonna do now? I They better be glad. Yes.
Somebody said,
I'm
"Are
glad.
there people going to keep him safe? Like, how is he? Like, did he like return right back to work? Is he taking
Oh,
like some
hell no.
time off?"
No, he's off for a minute. They've given him time off, but I'm like, they can't tell when it's something like this, when it's mentally messing with you, they can't tell you got to come back at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you go and seek a doctor and you are under doctor's orders,
Mm-hmm.
because that actually kind of falls under the FMLA.
Oh yeah.
But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so,
Wow. This is unbelievable. I haven't worked at Oriental Trading in a long time. That was one of those jobs you worked at, right after high school,
yeah,
years ago. And it was like a seasonal position. I would do it, like Christmas or Easter, because they had a lot of hours available doing that. But I didn't experience anything ever. Not that I can remember, but it was a long time ago. But again,
seeing a lot of this racial stuff that's going on now, if you think back, it might have been there, but I personally never had this. I had by the time I graduated high school, I had friends of just about every ethnicity, and we was all cool.
mm-hmm.
We didn't hear people. I'm still cool with them to this day, literally. I mean, I had some of them checking with me today, like, "Are you okay? You good? Is everybody?" Because they know how close I am with my family. And so for this to happen is it's very damaging, it's very hurting,
You see,
especially because
you see that comment? Somebody said, "How do they know the other guy won't come back to OTC and retaliate?"
that's the same thing I said. But supposedly my uncle will be moved to another
Facility.
location. Yeah.
Yeah, and
But
that's why we're not releasing his name. But my co-host, who's talking, this is a reliable information, reliable source. I reckon that it's going to get to the news soon. I reckon.
oh
But,
yeah. Oh yeah.
We wanted to talk about it immediately because the racial tension in our country and our city is at an all-time high. Well, I don't want to say all time, but it's at it's really high right now.
And it makes you question. It's at a fever pitch right now, and it makes you question even people you've known for years. And I hate that. I hate that.
How many people have you seen deleting people on their Facebook because of comments they are making regarding these murders, these police brutality murders? And a lot of people is like, I done deleted so many people of the opposite race. This is like every day I see people get off my page. If you don't think our lives matter, a lot of people is coming out the bushes with how they really feel about stuff. Us.
Now, when we say, when we get mad at people and we say, how do you say you don't care about our lives? Now, are we, when we're asking these questions, are we asking, because see, like I watched something the other day and this older man, and I never thought about it the way he said it. He was talking, it was an older white man, and he has a half black grandson. The grandson is all into the Black Lives Matter movement, whereas the grandfather is kind of ambivalent.
Somebody said, "Can we contribute money for any mental health services needed?"
You can definitely donate to you want to put the Cash App up for the channel, and then I'll make sure he gets it. But I thank you so much. That's greatly appreciated. Thank you. but they were having different sides, and the grandfather was like, well, all lives matter. And the grandson goes, well, the fact that you say that lets me know that you don't understand what I'm saying, is that when it comes to brown lives, how does the system feel about our lives? Do
Like,
they treat our lives the same way as they would a white person's life? Look at how they systemically oppress us.
mm-hmm. Every
But
day.
then right. And then the grandfather says something that I never thought about. You know, we raise our right fist in solidarity as, you know, Black power, power to the people. And, you know, that's been our thing since the 70s, actually late 60s, whatever.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
grandfather said, I understand y'all use that for that. He said, but when I was coming up, that was the symbol for communism.
Oh yeah. You know, I never think about it that way, but that's true.
And if you think about it, a lot of the tenets that the Panthers followed were they followed them after the socialist and communist manifestos.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if they were actually quote unquote socialist or communist.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, you know, I never thought of it that way until he said that.
Yeah, neither have I. Neither have I. But I'm staying today. It means power to the people.
I'm here to go ahead and to spread this message, to spread that this is not something that my family or anybody else needs to take lying down. You have rights. Know your rights. If you don't know your rights or where to start, hit me up here in the DMs, hit me up in the comments. I'll help you. I'll find a way to help you. But this is no, we not taking this sitting down. I'm sorry, I'm not my parents and grandparents' generation. I'm not finna just sit down. No, we
Yeah.
fighting.
And this
We
new
fighting.
generation is rising up. Did you see the video I posted, the live footage earlier, the breaking news? They trying to take Andrew Jackson's, man. The White House was lit at the White House today. I mean, if y'all missed that, I posted the video about an hour ago. It was lit. I mean, the people at the protest at the White House today, the police had to come in battle gear, riot gear. There was mason bombing. Because
now, one thing I would say, don't start off antagonizing the police, because baby, they got more guns and ammo than you could ever think of having.
Mm-hmm.
Don't start off antagonizing them. But I mean, if you gotta pick something up and chuck it,
they was chucking. Did you see somebody pick up a whole big old bottled water package and they just slung it at somebody? I mean, they was throwing bikes. It was off the chain. And I know a lot of people don't agree with that. When protests go wild. That's what I'm gonna call it. But civil disobedience. But when protests go wild, man. But some people's like, you know what? Oh well, that's what it's been taking for over 400 years of protesting and fighting and not bowing down, you know, when people know our rights. So to me, I'm just like, I just pray nobody gets hurt every time something like this happens. But it is what it is.
And you know, that's the one saving grace I take from this. I was going to say, that's the one saving grace I take from this, is that even though this is a very traumatizing situation, I'm so thankful to God that my uncle was not hurt physically anyway. I can't say that this won't stay with him for a while, that this won't bother him, that, you know, he can't even be at work and be at peace. But, you know, physically, he is still here with us. So for that, I thank God constantly for that.
Yes, thank God. And like you were saying, the even here in our city of Omaha, you know, we just went through a lot of protests, a lot of riots. We didn't had, you know, murder, excuse me, Jake Wagner murdered James Skurlock, the young 22-year-old. I think it was he 22.
Yeah.
A 22-year-old black man downtown at the downtown riots a couple of weeks back. They were rioting the Leavenworth Cafe over posts that the son of the current owner had posted on Facebook, a lot of racial posts and racial slurs. And then they protested there, and they, instead of, a lot of people was like, okay, if they just apologize, if they fire the son, if they take these Confederate named
all you gotta do is change the name of the damn meal.
Yeah,
but that's right there.
You got Confederate named meals after people who fought in the war, and a lot of your customers are of color. So I mean, it was like simple request. If you think, I think it was simple request, but they said
they got to close a lucrative business.
Yeah, and did you see the Facebook page for Leavenworth before they closed? They said this meal has always been here. It's always been named that. Ain't nothing gonna change. It's gonna stay that name forever. We ain't changing it. That's what Leavenworth Cafe said on their Facebook page. And that's what led to the protests and people rioting. And instead of them trying to fix the situation with the community who's been supporting them since how long? Like 30-something years?
Here's my question. If it's been for 30-something years, why has nobody said anything until now?
Nobody said anything until till people started seeing those posts. Like, okay, you seen the Nebraskans outing racist?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They be getting people who are like at the top of organizations, people who own these bars and restaurants, and these white people who post in racial comments and stuff. They all get posted there.
Not playing.
And that's where it started, and it got shared like I don't know how many times. The son of the owner.
That's okay. I wonder what happened.
Yes, that's how he posted a lot of things like, police, why is y'all using rubber bullets? If y'all want them to stop, y'all need to shoot them with real guns, and y'all need to take them down. What y'all scared of? Y'all need to grow balls, and it was all kind of other stuff that was really hard to read. It was really like, are you kidding me? And you're the one who cooks the food at Leavenworth Cafe that your family owns. And some people was like, well, he ain't the owner. Why take it out on the cafe if the owner wasn't the one who said it? But then they posted Facebook posts from a cousin of the family.
I heard
another Caniglia, a cousin. And he also was posting the same kind of racial. So come on now. The apple sometimes don't fall too far.
I've heard some stories recently. I didn't know, but I've heard some stories about the family, but
Mm-hmm. Yep. Thank you, Deanna, for putting the Cash App in. Hey, Tanya. Hey, everybody in the chat.
Hey, cuz, I seen you on there, Tanya. Hey, cuz.
She said, hey, cuz. Yes, please like the video. Please share the video. We want a response from Warren Buffett.
That would be a wonderful thing to hear from him or one of his top representatives.
I want to hear from him, not a representative,
but
not a boy or a do girl. I want to hear from him. I want to hear how he feels about this, and because Oriental trading, just like Leavenworth, has been around for years. I worked there as a teenager. It's been there for years, and it's one of those companies that's supported by a lot of people of color, and a lot of us been working there for years. So it would be nice if he would come forward and be like, we don't,
condone this behavior, show some solidarity with my uncle, and that would be. And like I said, this is something
have a sit down with your uncle. Have a sit down with your uncle and make sure that he is protected. Make sure that they're gonna make sure, as far as cameras, they need to put cameras in the building for one, because Oriental Trading, I thought they had cameras, especially in the warehouse department. I could have sworn they had cameras to make sure people wasn't stealing none of that cheap stuff.
Girl, you the hell wanted that old cheap
that cheap stuff.
Well, half the time you go to pick it and put it in the damn bucket, it would break apart.
It'll break. You know how many customer service calls I used to take from people? Oh, my stuff came down.
You was doing that. I was out there in the zones picking and packing. So
I
no,
was on the phone. Like, that's why I
I
only
was on
did
the
season.
flow. I was on the flow. So no, I knew how cheap it was. No, ma'am. But no, I just wanted to say
been working there, you know, it's a job.
This story is just beginning. This is ongoing. It's not resolved at all.
Right.
Don't think that this is over. This is just the beginning. So we are not
that man been fired. Just because the co-worker got fired. This is
right. That he ain't got homeboys there. So this is something that we are definitely protecting my uncle. Please believe that he is protected. And
I'm gonna make sure I tag some of the people, the local people who are running for office. Make sure I tag them into, because we do. That's one thing I can say. You know, we question. We've been questioning a lot. Like, where are the OGs? Where are the people who be on the front battle line? You know, when things are going on like this in the community, in the city, and it's not a lot of OGs out there anymore. We down to like Ernie Chambers and a few other cats. But what I do appreciate is some of these younger men stepping up to the plate, you know, as political figures, from Robert Wagner to Terrell McKinney to Dave, I mean, and more, to Precious. I mean, Justin, all of them. Justin, I mean, it's so many younger people in our generation.
For some new young blood, for some new thought, because unfortunately, you cannot fix today's problems with yesterday's solutions. If they worked, then they would have worked then. They didn't work then, they ain't working now. So let's, go back to the drawing board, come up with some new solutions. And my family and I, we welcome any
support,
any thought, any support, anybody that wants to come in and have a sit down with us, because we want this resolved and we want this stopped, because we don't want this to affect anybody else. And we damn sure don't want my uncle suffering from this, because this is just, if you knew him, you would know this is, when I talked to him earlier, bless his heart, he had been fielding so many calls earlier. He was like, I got a headache, I'm tired. I'm like, okay, Uncle, I'm gonna let you relax. I'll check on you tomorrow. But
the really sad part is he just celebrated his 40th year anniversary. So this is probably a place that he plans on to retire from. And
4 years.
Okay, 4 years. Yeah. Okay, but still, this is a place that he's been at for a very long time. And to find a job that you like, that you comfortable at, that you enjoy going to, and then for it to be threatened, and you got family, you got bills, you might got mortgage, car notes, and all this. Exactly. And me personally, I wouldn't want to go back to work. I'll be feeling skeptical about every Caucasian, and don't judge me. I know they ain't all like that. Just like all the black folks that out here do bad stuff, we're not all the same. Like some of them think we are, and we have to remember that they're not all bad. Nobody is all bad. Black, white, purple, green, brown. But it makes you skeptical, like especially with the Leavenworth Cafe. I'm up here looking like, they gonna get in the paper. They gonna say, they gonna have a press conference. They gonna have a meeting. They gonna talk to their son. They gonna fire him. Something. They shut down. They just closed shop and said, forget y'all angry black people, who have every right to be upset. We just gonna shut down and close.
I just can't understand why people are championing a losing side. Why do you champion a loser?
I don't get it. I don't, because it's not a win. Some people like, we won. How we win?
Did you really?
We don't. We don't want companies shut down. We want companies to be responsible and hold accountability. Because the thing about it is, a lot of places, it might be one bad fruit. You never know. It might be one bad fruit. Like we say, they're not all the same. But we have black
It might
people,
be the whole damn barrel too.
their jobs. Like Oriental Trading. Oriental Trading hires a lot of black people. We don't want Oriental Trading to shut down because it's one person who wants to put nooses on people's seats. You know what I mean?
Right. And then you have a higher unemployment rate. And see, and that's another part. That's another side of this. You know, other than the perpetrators, we don't want people being, you know, facing the repercussions of somebody else's bad judgment, bad decisions.
Mhm.
And, you know, we only want the
Yeah.
people who are at fault to be punished.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want the people to lose their jobs and stuff like that, because what will be gained from that?
Like Katie said, accountability on a large systematic scale. This is Warren Buffett's company. So yeah, we want accountability. We want apologies. We want to make sure that this situation is going to be rectified, and you know, make sure it doesn't happen again. This is Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world.
Right.
This is his company. This ain't no regular Joe Flo, no regular Bob next door or mom and pop shop. This is Warren Buffett's company.
Right.
So yeah, I would think that, you know, not him sending his secretaries or his media representation. I would like to see him address this. I really would.
Well, like I said, this is something that is truly just starting. We are still in the beginning stages. So we are between my cousins and I, you know, we are circling the wagons. We are, you know, coming up with strategies to help Unc and to just, you know, get this taken care of the best way possible.
Yes.
And, you know, but like I said, my cousins and I, we are all working together to help him to get through this, him and my aunt to get through this the best way that we can.
Mm-hmm.
And to, you know, my number one is to make sure that my uncle is healthy mentally and physically, and then everything else he'll deal with as it comes. But yeah, we are, like I said, we've been contacting people, and
Hey Torres.
you know, it's a frustrating situation right now.
When you told me, I was like gagging, like what?
I know, because remember I hit you up at like 2 a.m. I'm like, are you asleep?
No. And the thing about it was I was fully woke because I had went to sleep earlier. And you know, when you sleep earlier, you be up at night. And I was up watching other YouTubers that I follow on YouTube. And my Carmel Diva, my co-host, hit me up around 12:31, 2 a.m. woke. I'm like, yeah, I'm woke. What's up? And she called and told me this. We was on the phone for hours because I'm like, I got to get up in 3 hours. I got to go to work.
And she's like, I gotta roll over in the morning. I was like, okay, but it was too much to text. I couldn't text all of that.
Man, I wouldn't have wanted you to. I wouldn't have wanted you to because that was very important. I knew it was something serious if you hit me up at 2 a.m. in the morning. So
yeah. That, and you know how emotional I was anyway. So I can honestly say I'm tired. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm tired as hell. I was up all night. I was just going back and forth between pissed and praying.
Your cousin said, is anyone repping the family?
Right now, I know one of my cousins contacted Lee Merritt, and I think he's waiting to hear back from him. And then I think they tried to get a hold of Ben Crump, but I can't remember what he told me about that one. But I know he said he did kind of speak to somebody in Lee Merritt's camp, but he was waiting on them to get back to him. And so as of right now, those are the only two who they have reached out to that I know of. I will be after after the show this evening. I will be talking with my cousin and getting our heads together and seeing what else we can come up with and who else we could possibly contact. Like I said, if anybody else has information or names that they want to, that might be able to help us out here, we would greatly, hit us up and let me know.
Yes,
And that's
absolutely.
somebody else that we can look into because at this point, it's not about having a big name. It's about who's going to represent my uncle the best.
Exactly.
And that's what we want is effective representation. So, a name ain't nothing but a name. I just want to make sure that, I'm waiting a minute, I'm getting information.
Uh-oh.
I'm getting information. There is a GoFundMe for Uncle.
Oh, is it? Okay, hold on. Can you send me the link like in my inbox on Facebook?
Let me see.
So
I'm trying to open it.
Because like I said, I wouldn't want to go back to work. That's just me, period. And if I do go back to work, I might have to have me something in my purse. And they don't like you to bring weapons to work. So then what do you do? Have me a can of mace or something.
Taser.
we ain't even gonna go there. I got some taser stories for y'all, but that's a whole nother show. Karma Diva, don't get me started.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't saying nothing.
Hey, Mo.
Hey,
what's up, Mo?
I told you what happened with the taser with me. So hey. Okay, I'm trying to figure out. Something. I can hear you, but I cannot see you. Let me see.
That's because you getting messages, so you might have to go back out the stream and come back in. That's
okay. He said no GoFundMe yet. He's still setting it up. He said no, it's not up yet.
Okay, well, this is what I'm going to do, everyone. Once Carmel Diva's family get the GoFundMe set up for her uncle, she's going to send me the link, and I'm going to post it in the description box of this video, and I'm also going to pin it to the top of the comments that appear after the video uploads. And you can donate there. You can donate there. Because again, I don't know how long he's gonna go back to work. I don't blame him. And then on top of that, the reason why I say I wouldn't probably go back to work, even though they fired the guy who left the noose on the seat, after so many complaints about open prejudice remarks and racial slurs at the workplace and nothing happening, no type of punishment, and then you find and in this time right now, this really needs to be looked at, because there are Black men being hung right now in June of 2020. In May of 2020, there are nooses all around the place. From the NASCAR guy who just found a noose in his car stall. There was a noose found by Black Seattle firefighter inside the fire station. There was a noose found hanging from Jackson County Bridge in what was that? North Carolina. In Birmingham, Alabama. Police find nooses hanging in Kelly Ingram Park. And you know what they said? They said that was part of an art exhibit. But the people who put up the art exhibit forgot to take the nooses down. Come on now.
How you take everything down but the noose?
Come on now. You got a park full of nooses.
Why did you put the noose up in the first place? Why was the noose in the first place?
That should not even be in
I'm sorry. Art nooses are not art. Period. To me,
and if they are, they needs to be in the Black History Museum or some other type of museum where you can go in, you can look at the stuff, and you can go home. Who hangs nooses in the parks? Kids could be in the park playing around, you know, I ain't going for that. You know, I ain't going for that. This is art exhibit gone wrong.
I'm not gonna fall for the bait. I'm not gonna let this make me hate or start being bigoted towards white people or people who are non-black.
They're not
because, like I said, when I say a racially diverse family, baby, we got some of everybody up in here, and we love each and every one of them. So,
story.
You be quiet, Tanya. I'm talking about my cousin Tanya.
I know. I'm just laughing. But yeah, and there's another one recently, 14 hours ago. Deer Isle residents protest racism after Noose found hanging from utility line. Another one in New York. In New York, there's some nooses found in New York. At a Facebook data center.
See, one of the things. This is something else that I want to say. We as Black people are so reactionary. They do this to get a rise out of us, to get us emotional, to get us so that we are not thinking clearly.
Right.
Don't let them do that.
Right.
Don't let. I can't say that it's not emotional because hell, I was. But then you have to stop and you have to think and you have to say, okay, this is the way you want to play that game. Let's play the game.
Right.
Let's play the game. So
smart, and you got to be vigilant, and you got to make sure you play your cards right, make the right chess move. This is chess, not checkers, and we're going to make sure that the right people is held responsible, and that something positive comes about. This whole entire situation, that people would think twice about doing it again. Like that man who worked at Oriental Trading who got fired for leaving the Noose in your uncle's chair. I'm sure his family ain't happy that he got fired. So people,
but you know what? Them are his choices, his decisions.
Yeah, his choices.
So,
you're right, Carla.
Yeah, it was, Miss Carla. It was. But you know what? I mean, I won't say there's some fear, but it's more awareness and making you vigilant and open your eyes up and say, you know what? Okay, I see you. I see y'all out here trying to play. And now I'm peeping. You caught me slipping. I got a little comfortable, but you know what? I'm good.
We really do. I mean, and it's like crazy because for the past 4-5 months, I've been saying, be vigilant, you guys. Wear your masks, wear your gloves, sanitize, wash. Now, we got to be vigilant in what's going on. Keep your eyes wide open because you never know. You don't.
We got a lot of wolves in sheep clothing out here. A lot of wolves in sheep clothing. Tanya, thank you so much because I love you.
People be playing in your face, and I don't like when people play in my face. If you don't like me, don't like me. Stay 50 feet away.
And don't play with me.
Right. And you go, you do you, and I do me, and
Right. And I know who to watch out for, but I don't got time for the games and stuff. But like I said, right now, Unc is the number one priority, and just making sure that we get him set up straight. So
yeah, this is so. I'm still like gagging. Like
this is something like I said, I didn't go to sleep till about 7:30 this morning, and then
I know we was on the phone till what 3. We was on the phone talking about this, and I'm like, and somebody had said earlier in the Proud to Be from Omaha, they said in Omaha, right here, like y'all don't forget that the headquarters for the KK, one of them, the headquarters is right down the road. Okay, the KKK headquarters is right down the road in Nebraska. A few miles away from Omaha. what do they call Omaha? The good something.
Oh yeah, Nebraska's the good life.
And I guess.
I mean, I guess it could be worse.
I guess it could. Yeah, it could be worse, but.
But this,
I say we vote on changing that logo to something else. Now, Carla Prince said, I know who the biggest are that are around me. They don't know that I know. And it's good to know who they are.
It is good to know. You
And
stay busy with Carla.
Times like T.I. said, bring them out. Bring them out. Times like these is when they come out. They come out. I be tripping when I see all the posts on Facebook that people be taking screenshots of people in our community that run businesses in our community.
Yeah. They want your business, but they don't want you.
They want your money. And
that green is the only thing that matters to them, baby.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say? Any last minute words that you want to say?
I want to thank you all for your for listening tonight, for your support. Please continue to keep my family and especially my uncle and aunt in your prayers. Once we get this set up with the lawyer and the GoFundMe, we will go ahead and put that information out there. But we do appreciate all of the support that we've been getting tonight, and we ask that everybody stay vigilant, keep your eyes and ears open. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So,
amen. For real though. And everybody, make sure you like this video. Make sure you share this video, especially if you live in Omaha, Nebraska, and you are not a part of the Hood Table. Make sure you hit that subscribe button before you leave out this video and hit the notification bell so you can get our notifications. The Hood Table is everything from the hood to the White House. Everything in between, from the hood to the White House. Check out some of our videos. And then on Friday nights, we have Friday Night Live at 9 p.m. where you can call in, jump on the screen with us, and we talk about any subject. There's no holds bars on Friday night. We do have a Facebook group. It's a private group you can join. Just look up the Hood Table, same name as our YouTube channel, and we can add you to our private Facebook group where we talk about a lot of things, a plethora of things. So with that said, everybody, in the meantime and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, and we out. Deuces. Thank you. God bless. Oh yeah, and don't forget, I'm gonna post the GoFundMe link in the comment section after her uncle and them finish. After they finish. After they finish setting up the GoFundMe, y'all. So make sure if God puts it on your heart to donate to her uncle's GoFundMe, because he is off of work. They are getting a lawyer. For what he's experienced. This is very traumatizing. Some people might not see it that way, but it's very traumatizing. Like, imagine coming home and there's a noose on your porch. There's a noose on your car. There's a noose on your seat at work. It's a threat. It's a threat. So yeah, intimidation. So yes, so everybody, if God puts it on your heart to donate, when I put the link up, feel free to donate. Yeah. And with that said, we out. I'll talk to you later, hon.
All right, babe.
All right, babe.
No.
Bye.